Lamar or Dak Prescott? That is the question on the poll question. Drop your thoughts in the chat below because the thumbnail shows a big old picture of Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott. And the question is, who do you take? Who wins a Super Bowl first? Who wins now? Who do you take to start a franchise? We got a lot of questions to break down. Steve Kim will join us later on. Big Smitty on this show.
JB, you know there's only one right answer to this question. It's pretty simple. Like, who you gonna start a franchise with? Who's gonna win a Super Bowl first?
You have to take one of these two. There is no other quarterback. One of these guys have to be picked to start your franchise. One of these guys is gonna win a Super Bowl first.
Yeah, and it's only one correct answer. Lamar Jackson in the Baltimore Ravens. Dak Prescott has been with the Cowboys for what, like 8 seasons? 7 or 8 seasons, something along those lines. And the Cowboys are going to cowboy. We haven't seen the Cowboys win a Super Bowl since down there before I was born. Every single year, Cowboys Nation, they come out, this is going to be our year. We're going to do it. Da, 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 da. And all they do is win 8 to 10 games every single year. They usually make the playoffs, which is hard to do. So shout out to y'all for making the playoffs pretty consistently. And then they lose in the first round. Maybe the second round. They don't even make it to an NFC championship. And they've been doing this literally year after year after year, down there my entire life. So I'm not about to look at the roster and get amazed by the names and just assume that this team is going to get to a Super Bowl, especially because of Dak Prescott, when quite frankly, if we're keeping it all the way 1,000, the reason why they lost in the playoffs last year against the Niners was because of who? Dak Prescott. That game was very winnable. The man threw a pick 6. The defense actually played their ass off and held the Niners down to a low-scoring game. The Cowboys didn't have to do too much on the offensive side, and they still couldn't win the game. Number 1 offense in the league, let me add, last year, and they still didn't win the game because of who? Their leader, their quarterback, Dak Prescott. We got to stop giving him the crown. We got to stop putting him in the conversation with the true great quarterback in the league. Dak is a solid middle-of-the-pack quarterback, and that's cool. But the only reason why we talk about him as if he's one of the greats in the league today is because he has that star on the helmet. That's the only reason. If Dak Prescott played for my Indianapolis Colts, we would never talk about him. Ever talk about Dak. But since he has a star on his helmet, we love to talk about him. Lamar Jackson, younger. He's a guy who wins a lot of games in the season. He has won 1 playoff game, so Lamar has a lot to prove as well in the playoffs. But the reason why I'm giving Lamar more hope is twofold. One, he played for the Baltimore Ravens, and we've at least seen the franchise win Super Bowls and make it 2 Super Bowls. That's one thing I have not seen in my lifetime as a football and an NFL fan. That's number 1. Number 2, Lamar Jackson has a certain skill set that Dak Prescott just doesn't have. He's quite frankly just a better player. I don't care what the NFL rankings say. And he's younger. So to me, he's still getting better as a passer. He's still getting better as a true like quarterback. He has a new coach. We've seen that this is the best of Dak. Dak's not getting no better. This is it. We've seen it. It's too late. He's almost been a decade in the league. We've seen the best of Dak. We have not seen the best of Lamar, and that's why I'm going with him over Dak to start a franchise, to win a Super Bowl, and all things above. Take the mic, JB.
Oh, my goodness.
I just dropped the mic, y'all. The show we 15 minutes in, and I'm cooking JB. I don't know what he going to say, but I got him right now on the stir fry, on the pot. I am cooking his ass right now. It's getting scary, y'all. Thirsty Thursday. Hit the subscribe button, become a member. I'm cooking his ass.
That's funny. That's the funny part, you saying that.
He's so nervous. He's trying to think about what he's going to say.
Well, I'm trying to think, like, is there, like, somebody else I could take? Like, do I have to take one of these 2 scrubs? But that's the title of the show. We got to break down one of these 2. So I'm going to weigh it out. I'm going to give you my perspective on both, from a coach and a professional opinion on this cat and both of these 2 cats. So let's break down Dak. Dak has had one of the best rosters in football over a 5-6 year span. I think he's had 8 years in the league. He's had probably the best O-line twice or 3 times in the NFL. He's probably had the best defense twice. He's had a great running game. He's had pretty damn good wideouts for a while. He has 1 playoff win to show, or 2 now. 2. Yeah, he had the best roster for 5 straight years and didn't win 1 playoff game. He finally won his first, and then he finally got it by an old-ass, bad Tampa Bay team last year. And then he dacked against the Niners. Now go over to Lamar. Got an MVP, but has missed more than he's played over the last year and a half. And it's just not sustainable. But one of these 2 players, I mean, you could really flip a coin for me. But one of these 2 players has had to have an offense built for him specifically, whereas Dak could probably go and play for any offense and still be decent. One guy cannot. He had to have a college offense installed for him because he just can't run a traditional pro-style offense. I mean, that's the truth. And that's Lamar Jackson. So if it had to come down to brass tacks and I had to pick, it hurts me to say this, but I would have to take Dak Prescott. Because of the simple fact that Lamar Jackson had to have an offense created for him. We had to get into 32 personnel, Big Smitty, 22 personnel, 23 personnel. We're running loaded option in the NFL with a quarterback. I've never seen that in my life. We are running offense and built an offense around this guy because you can't just plug and play him like most NFL quarterbacks. That is something none of you guys even can grasp out there, probably listening. Some of you probably won't ever grasp it. And I'm not even going to argue with you all. You can drop your resume at the door, please. I'll review them. And like y'all say, I'll wait.
Listen, I understand everything you said, JB, and you said it brilliantly. You're one of the smartest minds in the sport. So I'm not even going to disrespect you, JB, and say, oh, this and that. I'm not even about to argue with you. The only thing I'm going to say is, though, if you go with Dak, you are literally saying that I am okay with being mediocre. That's literally what you're saying. When you go with Lamar, it is a risk factor because everything you just said, he's not a traditional quarterback. He's not going to stay in the pocket, 5-step drop back, timing. Like he's risky. But with risk comes reward. And I think we can all sit back and be real and be honest. Lamar's highs are a lot higher than Dak's highs. Lamar's highs is MVP. Dak's highs is, I don't know. I guess makes it second round of playoffs. With I don't know what Dak's high is. You know what I'm saying? So if you want a somewhat consistent guy and just kind of just be in the conversation of a pretty good team, sure, go with Dak. But if your goal is to try to achieve something greater, I think you have a better chance with Lamar. Now, like I said before, Lamar has to prove it. He's not proven either. He won 1 playoff game. So Lamar, as much as I like Lamar, he got to go out here and win some playoff games this year, plural. When I say games up. I need to see the Ravens really in the AFC Championship game if I'm being real.
I mean, that's not what I said about Mahomes at all. So you probably didn't listen right. You probably heard one trigger word and used it and ran with it and put it on Twitter and blasted me. No, I said Mahomes plays in a gimmicky style offense by a coordinator, Andy Reid, who devised that offense for his skill set. Lamar had a complete offense installed for him that only he could run. I never said Lamar couldn't go in and play a quarterback for the Colts right now or for the Chargers or for the Raiders. Patrick Mahomes could go any team and play quarterback.
Yeah.
But Lamar had an offense built for him. See, some of y'all don't never listen, man. Y'all just hear me because you take the tone of my voice and take it as like, that guy hates my team personally. I hate him.
How they sound, JB, when they say it?
That's the redneck drinking the Budweiser. That guy hates the Chiefs. I hate him.
I like the JB show, but
Jay so ugly.
I like JB show, but why is he talking about my team?
Like, it's unbelievable. Dog, you should see the Instagram's going crazy to comment. Oh, dog, you hate. Why you hating on my? I'm like, I got a whole new fan base of hate. Guess who it is, Big Smitty? Breaking news.
Who? The Chargers?
The 49ers.
The 49ers hate you?
Oh, yeah, they hate me. They you LA homer, you never pick the Niners, you hate them. How you got the Seahawks over the Niners? Blah, blah. I put out my picks.
Yeah.
They are hot at me. The 49ers fans just, like, I don't have the Niners on nothing, and I'm the devil now.
That is wild. And I'm actually have my picks. I'm going to send my picks over to our boy Ethan today. I'm really taking my time because I'm, like, going through the schedule. I'm, like, literally, like, one by one, trying to make this thing as close to like reality as possible. So I got the NFC East and the NFC West left, and then I'll be done, and I'll have my full list too, and we'll get some grabbers up. So I'm sure I'll hear some backlash because I got some of these teams being trash this year.
Hey, I said the Seahawks are going to win the West, and somebody said I'm a LA homer. I'm like, I don't have the Rams winning that West.
Right.
I mean, God dang.
You ain't from Seattle, are you? Like, what's going on?
I'm not. Somebody said, I know you're close with Pete Carroll, but damn, take it out your mouth.
Social media is a funny place.
Really so homer goggled that I'm like, damn, you can't even predict nothing.
Right, man. You can't even guess it. And then look, let's say end of the season you end up being right. Seattle wins the division. 49ers in second place. None of them are gonna come back and be like, you know what, you was right.
Not one.
They're gonna be quiet the whole time.
None of them right now. None of these cats you hear will ever come out and predict anything.
Yeah, man.
They're too scared to put their name out there. I do it every day. They'll never do it, but they'll only talk about me doing it. But they'll never do it. They'll never.
People are scared to be on that freezing cold takes, and they scared to like be wrong. Like
on TikTok, none of them have a profile picture. All of them are user 87984874889, and then they're the ones that are like, "This won't age well."
Right. But you know what? I do know one user that does have his picture on his account, and that's my guy Jay Earn. He's becoming new YouTube member. Shout out to Jay Earn, man.
Jay Earn, is that?
You know him?
Is that AC Green? my boy AC Green ain't had it since it had him.
Respect.
Shout out Jay Earn.
Shout out to Jay Earn, man. Real quick though, man.
Quick inside news. I don't know if you know, not to cut you off. Did you know that Max Crosby, my boy, we'll get him on the show soon, got into a fight with Jimmy G at practice? No one's broke that news though, but us.
Hold on, give me the inside scoop. Is there video footage out there yet? Talk to me.
I haven't seen video footage, but I know there was a little fight, and McDaniels had Max run around the field twice. Max didn't argue, bitch, or moan one time. Didn't suck his teeth like a broad. That's what I used to make my players suck their teeth right on the first meeting. Stand up, pull your pants up, and suck your teeth. And they'd be like, what? Stand up, pull your pants up, and suck your teeth. That's the last time I ever hear it. If I hear it again, you're cut. If your pants are ever below your ass again, you're cut. And if you say the word bitch to a female on campus, you're cut. Because all y'all have a mom and a sister. Boom, dropped the mic, walked out. Gave them the schedule. They knew when to be there. Let's roll. There ain't a lot of other shit to say. Make your shit definitive. Give them some non-negotiables, Big Smitty, and give them a time to be there. If they can't show up and do those two simple things, cut them.
I got to ask you a question, JB, because now my mind is moving. I didn't know about this Max Crosby, Jimmy G fight. So, obviously, we saw, Trayvon Diggs, go at Dak and called him a bitch the other day. And everybody was making a big deal about that online, saying, like, man, like, if you could call your quarterback that your franchise quarterback, that tell me that you really don't respect him, this, that, and the third. We're seeing Max Crosby. You said, he went at Jimmy G.
Oh,
and invited him.
We're throwing that word out a lot. I got to be honest. Max Crosby.
He called him the same thing.
knew Jimmy G a weak little bit.
So you've been carried your whole career. That's interesting. So let me ask you this thing, because like I'm gonna give my opinion first. Matter of fact, if you say this to your quarterback, you do not respect him. I'm gonna be real with you, 100%. Because I played with some really good quarterbacks in college, high school, of course. You talk trash, of course. As a defensive lineman, you talk trash because you're trying to get after the quarterback every day. That's your goal. So you're gonna trash talk this and that. But to call him a bitch, to say you've been carried your whole career, that's coming from a different source. That's coming from somewhere where you actually believe that. You're not just saying that because you in the mix. No, this man said you've been carried your whole career. Max meant that, and Max is somebody who's like, he ain't gonna sugarcoat it. You know what I mean? He's a real one from all things I hear. Obviously, you know him personally. If he said that, he meant that. So to me, that showed me that they're not respecting Jimmy G in Vegas. And the same thing with Trayvon Diggs in Dallas. Trayvon and probably a lot of defensive players behind the scenes ain't respecting Dak. You think they're gonna say that to Brady, Mahomes, Josh Allen?
Well, Max did call Mahomes that in the game.
Max called him that. Yeah, I'm talking about your own team, though. Your own team ain't gonna say it. Chris Jones ain't gonna say it to Mahomes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wish there was more of it from team to team, not on the same team. That's crazy to me. But let me give you a perspective of mine that why I think this is happening, and I've said it before many times, and you guys have all heard me say it before. It is the social media. Social media has allowed this particular word from man to man to be used as much as it is. The word bitch from man to man is used on social media with your fingers behind a screen more than it's ever been used before. Now, I don't know about the weak little bitch comment and everyone saying it's fake account, but I do know that McDaniels had him run around the field
twice, right?
Don't know if it's in Max's DNA to say that to a QB that's on his team, but it could have. He could have. I don't know. I wasn't there. All I know is he ran around the thing, and I know how Max is. Max just ran, didn't say shit, ran, came back. That's who he is. High energy as hell. He's gonna just do it. There isn't gonna be no argument, so he can get it done with. I would say I doubt he's called him a weak little bit. I would say I could see him saying you didn't work on your deep ball in the off season. I could see him
calling him out from like step your game up standpoint, right?
Yeah, right. I could see him running up on him and touching him late, and Jimmy gets hot or mad, or an old lineman got mad,
throws the ball at him or something, right?
There's a little skirmish. I could see that maybe,
right.
But. I don't know.
Again, regardless of all those details are 100% right, you know, it still leads to good conversation, good discussion. And the point is, we're seeing more players in camp kind of go after, so to speak, their quarterback in some form or fashion, no matter regardless of what the word is or what the words are being said. As a competitor, I love the competition. You know, I would trash talk my teammates in practice because I wanted to bring out the best in them, which in return brought the best out in me. So I kind of like that natural trash talk. You know, as long as you're keeping it at a certain level, you're not disrespecting your teammates, of course. But yeah, man, I still my point stays the same. I wonder how much like trash talk is going on with some other quarterbacks, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not in the camps. I'm not there, but I just think it's it's interesting to say the least. It's interesting to say the least.
It is interesting. I don't know. I just think we're really, really free now with words because nobody's checking them no more. You ain't getting socked in the mouth no more like you used to. You ever called someone a bitch and back in the day, there was going to be a fight. Like, there's no way that cat called me, that quarterback called me that, and there wasn't a fight right there. You ain't seeing me run away and flick the ball at him 10 seconds later. Sorry.
Right.
There's a scrap right there on the field, and everybody knew it. And I don't believe there's anyone that wouldn't have came over there for me like the O-line. And that's the shocker. I don't know if O-line heard it, like Matt said yesterday, but
they didn't hear it. There's no way. Because you watch the video, they didn't hear it.
They heard it today. I haven't heard anything that happened yesterday, and that just shows me like we're becoming so damn soft.
Let me be devil's advocate real quick, Jay, because I agree with you. Like, somebody called me down the field, like at practice at least, I'm doing the same thing. In the games, I'm not, because I'm not about to like be harmful to my team. You know what I'm saying? And like get a flag. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of just got to eat that. But in practice, yeah, you my teammate, watch your mouth. But let me ask you this, though. Let's say Dak does react the way that, you know, you're saying, and I'm saying he should have reacted. He grabs his face man, or he punches him in the helmet, and now he breaks his finger or breaks his hand. Now we're looking at Dak, and we're saying, oh, that was so stupid. That was dumb. Why would you punch him? So it's almost like you're in a lose-lose situation. You don't react. We think you're soft. You do react, and like, God forbid, you hurt your hand or something crazy happens, and now you're stupid. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. And, you know, that's why I say this be you. And Dak, he's not a fighter. Just be real. He's not a fighter. So this be you. Don't try to be somebody you're not.
Grabbing his face mask. I had plenty of skirmishes in games and practice. And I was never dumb enough to hit a helmet with my fist, my throwing hand. But I grab your face mask with my left
hand. Pull it to you real close.
I grab your face mask with my left hand though all day. I used to do it all the time. So.
If you grabbed my face mask and brought me in, I would have punched you through the face mask right here, JB.
So hard, and then I would have gouged your eyes out, jabbed you underneath, and you would have bit your tongue off. Like,
look, if you grab me right here, JB, I'm grabbing you from your ear hole. Look, I'm grabbing from the ear hole, and I'm punching in your face like this until they separate.
Yeah, you're too young to even understand what I used to do to folks. It was unbelievable. Like, it would be comical. You hear cats screaming under piles, fucking with me.
There ain't no answer. That sounds like some other stuff. I ain't gonna dive into that. But JB, the thing about you, JB, is at the end of the day, no matter how tough you were, and I think you was a tough guy. I seen your pictures, and I know who you are now, getting to know you more. I'm not gonna call you soft. I think you was a tough guy. But at the end of the day, brass tacks, as you like to say, you were a quarterback. There's only certain levels of toughness that you're gonna even reach. I was a defensive tackle 3 technique in the trenches. You can Google me. You can Google me. I'm different.
You busted a grape in a fruit fight.
My picture right now was up at Ball State in the weight room. I ain't even donated money yet. So it ain't like, oh, he gave money, so we gonna, nah. My picture's on there because I put in that work because I'm different. Ain't nobody in this chat got their picture up at their school. None of y'all. I ain't trash talking. I'm just giving you facts.